Hey guys. Yeah, I don't know why the beginning part is so awkward for me. Sorry. Oh. Anyway, so fifth grade. I decided, just based on a couple of responses, to upload to YouTube instead, so that we could like really have a little bit more time. I felt like the 10 minutes just wasn't enough, and it's not worth the effort for me to upload like 2 or 3 Flipgrid videos. So I'm just going to link you the one YouTube video, which is this. So we are on lesson 3 in your book of chapter 4. It starts on page 166. This is fun and fluffy, interesting stuff. You're more than welcome to read it, but we're going to move on. And so I'm actually going to read with you guys, so hopefully that will help with any confusion that anyone might have. It might be just a nice break to like not have to do it yourself, and you could just sit back and listen to someone. Who knows? Anyway, it's going to be great. All right, so environmental changes. Oh, also, on your Google Classroom, I have posted today and tomorrow's assignments, so you will have a handful of questions from the book, which we'll talk about, and then one of the questions from the book, which I will tell you which one it is during that day's Flipgrid assignment, will be your Flipgrid response assignment. Okay, ta-da! Let's start. So we are talking about how ecosystems change today. And then next lesson is really exciting. It's all about like how us as humans change environments. So pretty cool. All right, environmental changes. All organisms live in a particular environment where their needs are met. An environment is all of the conditions surrounding an organism. Environments may be hot or cold, and on land or in water. Environments change naturally as resources change. For example, a population of millipedes lives in an environment with dead plant matter. As the population grows, it needs more food, water, and living space. As these resources decrease, each millipede will have less food, water, and space. Some millipedes will die or move away. More resources will be available for the remaining millipedes. The population will grow and the cycle will start again. Organisms must change to take advantage of new opportunities and to protect themselves from new dangers in a changed environment. So on the bottom there's this picture of some kind of body of water drying up. You can see the mud is getting all cracked. And so number 1 is going to be your Flipgrid response today. So it says, puddles like this may be home to frogs, fish, worms, or shrimp. Which of these animals might be able to survive after the puddle is dry? Right? So if the puddle is dry, that means that there is no more standing water. So which of these animals does not need that standing water to live? And you need to tell me why. I basically just told you because there wouldn't be any standing water to survive. You can use my words and it won't be plagiarizing. But yeah, so tell me which one of these animals or multiple of these animals you think would be able to survive. Okay, moving on. Don't do number 2 because it's got that thing next to it. Remember those target questions? Those are like if teachers want to do science as reading. But we're not doing that because this is just science. All right, slow changes and fast changes, right? We're going to read about both. Sometimes environments change slowly. For example, the climate in a region may become drier and drier over thousands of years. This happened in the Sahara, which had both wet and dry periods in the past. Seasons change slowly every year. This gives animals time to grow winter fur. Plants have time to grow new leaves. Speaking of animals growing winter fur, do any of you have like dogs or cats with like that extra layer of fur? You know, they've got like their regular fur, and then like underneath it, there's like this super soft, like fluffy hair. And because it's getting warm, that hair is shedding and it's everywhere. I don't have a dog like that anymore, but I did growing up. And I just remember at one point in time during the year, oh my gosh, hair was everywhere, you guys. Like, there's no escaping it. All right. Where am I? Oh, yes. Plants have time to grow new leaves for the summer. Blah, blah, blah. The continents also change their position over millions of years. Interesting. For example, Antarctica used to be much closer to the equator and much warmer. Rocks are slowly broken down by the weather and by plants and animals. They become part of the soil. Now on to fast changes, the exciting stuff. Hurricanes, floods, and fires, along with volcanic eruptions and earthquakes, are natural events that can change the environment quickly. A hurricane's strong winds can rip up trees and flatten plants. Heavy rains and huge waves can flood a coastal community. When lightning strikes a tree, it can start a forest fire that burns almost everything in its path. These rapid changes may force species to leave the area because the resources they need are no longer available. And we don't have one of these. I didn't like these questions. Not worth your time. All right. So, cool volcano. Quickly change the environment by burying things. And then this one. Slowly, the orange lichens that are growing on this rock are helping to break down the rock. They're eating away at it to put it back into the soil. Fun stuff, right? Oh, this is a heavy book. My hand is getting tired. Did you notice I had to put up another hand in there? All right. So, number 5, this is one of the ones we're doing. Okay? All right. Changes caused by organisms. I know you can't read this, but at least you can kind of like see where I'm at, right? Organisms themselves may alter their environment as they feed and grow and build their homes. For examples, locusts are insects that travel in large groups called swarms, right? Think back to the Bible, right before Passover, right? The plagues. Locusts. I've actually been through a swarm of locusts, and it was terrifyingly disgusting because we were driving through this road out in the middle of nowhere, and they were literally covering the entire street. So as we're driving, we're just crunching all over them, and it was very weird. Get out of the way, guys. Why? It's not a good place to swarm. Anyway, these members of the large swarms can quickly eat all the plants in large fields and destroy farm crops. After locusts pass through an area that was green and full of plants, it will look dead and bare. Plants can also cause changes. In fact, plants can affect the quality of the air for the entire planet. They absorb carbon dioxide from the air and release oxygen back into the atmosphere. That's why a lot of business models you'll see for every thing you buy, we plant one tree or something like that. Because there's a lot of resources that we use that are made from paper, right? Toilet paper, paper towels, books, right? And so in order to get those products, we need trees to be cut down to be made into those products. And so a lot of times people are trying to kind of combat that effort by saying, well, we're going to plant these trees so that we're not destroying more trees than we are planting, right? Because then we wouldn't have as great of air quality because not as much oxygen. All right, so number 5, what kind of animal might benefit from a locust swarm? So clearly humans are not. I can't think of a way that humans might benefit from a locust coming and eating their crops or, getting all over their tires and things like that. So an animal. Why? How could an animal benefit? Well, they need to not be enemies, right? The locust needs to be able to do something for them. Perhaps feed them. What kind of an animal might like to eat a locust? Okay, so that's one of your questions that you'll have to answer in your book. Changes caused by humans. Like I said, whole lesson on this next time. Humans are one of the most important causes of environmental change. We change the land to plant crops. Sorry, I said that awkwardly. We change the land to plant crops. Build dams, now I'm thrown off. I'm going to totally start over again. Humans are one of the most important causes of environmental change. We change the land to plant crops, build dams to get energy, I was right, fish to get food, and clear forests to get construction materials. We change the environment when we build buildings and roads, when we burn fuel. Kind of sad. The other day I drove through an area where they're building new houses, and there was a cute little jackrabbit just hopping through. one of the places where they hadn't built the foundations yet, and I was just thinking, think of how many like bunnies are being like moved out of their homes because of these really nice houses that are being built. And it's kind of sad, but I mean, people need places to live too. But there are many ways in which we can reduce the impact of human activity on the environment. For example, tunnels have been built in some places with busy traffic so that animals can cross from one side of the road to the other without getting hit by cars. I like that idea. One time I ran over a snake and I cried. I don't even like snakes. I just felt really bad for killing him. All right, number 6. Look at the picture of the farm on this page. What parts of this environment were probably not there before the people arrived? I know the tractor wasn't there. I know that. Don't tell me the tractor. Okay, tell me some other things that are in this picture. If humans had not been there, what would not exist? All right. We're getting there, guys. All right. Adapting to changes. So this page has got a big old picture on it, so I might as well just hold it up. All right. Adapting to changes. Changes that are harmful for some organisms may be beneficial for others. Again, like the locust, bad for farmers, good for whoever eats locusts. A forest fire destroys trees and bushes that help protect the soil from being washed away by rainwater. In addition, a forest fire adds smoke and carbon dioxide to the atmosphere and destroys the habitats of many animals. However, a forest fire may also help an organism in a forest. A forest fire clears away dead and dying plant matter, making room for new plants to grow. It also returns nutrients into the soil in the form of ashes. In any environment, resources are limited. The struggle of organisms for the same limited resources is called competition. Organisms are more likely to survive if they are adapted to compete for resources. All right, so we're skipping number 7 and number 8, filling in the blanks. We're going to do that together. So, growing parts of grasses are underground. They can quickly grow back after a fire. This helps them in the blank for nutrients. So when they are fighting or trying to get those nutrients, what is that special word that might be highlighted in the top of your book? Competition. That's right. How did you know? You guys are so smart. All right, and then over here, we've got the thick bark of the sequoia tree protects it from the fire. This bark is an adaptation that helps the tree survive in its, what's the place where everybody lives, right? We all live in our own environment. You're right. Good job, guys. I can't believe how smart you are. All right. Number 9, I didn't want to do. Take a look at it, but I'm not super concerned with that one. All right. Last page, guys. Last 2 pages, I guess. All right. Survival. In any species of plant or animal, there are differences between individuals, right? All of you are very different from each other, even though you're the same kind of animal. You're all humans, right? A plant that has deeper roots than other plants may be able to reach deeper into the soil to get water. An animal that runs a little faster than others of its kind has a better chance of surviving an attack by a predator. Even a small advantage can help a plant or animal survive. The only individuals that survive will be able to reproduce and pass along their beneficial characteristics to their offspring. Right, so that's kind of like survival of the fittest type. Number 10 is not one of our questions that we're doing, but we are going to look at number 12. Cool thing over here. This wood frog, can survive the winter because its body can be frozen without dying. That's crazy. I just wonder, is he uncomfortable while he's freezing? Does it not feel good? Or is he just like, oh yeah, winter time I freeze up. It's not a big deal. Right, anyway, sorry. Got the goofy voice. Right, number 12. Do you think plants and animals can adapt more easily to slow changes or fast changes? Which one is going to be easier for a plant, an animal to adapt to, and tell me why. That's what it is in your book. All right. Happy Thursday, people. That's it. Love you. Bye.